This is just a graph I put up there, and if you look way up in the right-hand corner, APPA, that's the one I go by, 90 million dogs in the United States registered and 94 million cats owned or cared by. They say 49% of the families. That's wrong. It's up to 67% of the families. That's a lot. Our companion animals, they're the dynamic, like I said earlier today, of unconditional love for the human race. And I gave you the analogy of locking your wife in the closet. We've made that dynamic into cancer. Our dynamics of life, we work on ourselves, we work on, like I said, we work on our families. This is the dynamic of unconditional love. They bring happiness to us. And it's hooked up to the vegetable kingdom, like I said earlier today. And we've turned that into cancer. I can't tell you how many tens of thousands of people's lives I've seen destroyed because their cat or dog has got cancer. And they plummet. Their business starts to fail. It's unbelievable. And we've done that. So just think about that. The Morris Animal Foundation that was created by Betty White, one of the most beloved people ever in the history. This is a survey that was done in 1997, published in 1998. What disease did your dog die from? Look at cancer. 21 years ago, 47%, it's now higher. Look at all the other diseases. Cancer is 5 times greater in causing death to animals than any other disease, canine. Beautiful boxer. You see the 2 lumps on the left-hand side? That's lymphatic cancer in both the abdomen and the chest. 13 months, 2 weeks old at death. That picture was taken when this dog was 8 months old. This is a dog that came down to me from Cornell University, 11 months old, a German Shepherd. Look at the size of the tumor coming out of this dog's jaw. This dog's not even a year old yet. Great study, 2015, showing cancer in mammals. Look at the blue, all the blue way at the bottom, and look at the red. What, were dogs plagued? Are they cursed from above? No, there is an insanity causing the dogs and our cats to have that level of cancer, way over the other mammals on the planet. 17-month-old golden retriever from Trenton, New Jersey. Half of her entire head, nose, and skull is already a tumor. Morris Animal Foundation, current study. Over 3,000 golden retrievers that they're studying right now. And that 60% has been changed to 66%. In the 1970s, the life expectancy of the golden was 16 to 17. Now it's 9, according to their study. So something is going on. That's my dog, Daniel. I wrote about it in my book. He's 11 years old in that picture. He lived till 19 and a half. This is what it should be about. Because I never worked on any of Daniel's diseases. I never tried to prevent any disease in Daniel, especially with vaccines. I just kept him healthy. All right, check this out. This is a 13-week-old retriever puppy from about an hour north of my clinic. Look at this dog's paw. This dog is 3 months old. It already has highly aggressive mast cell cancer, eating its foot, spreading to its lymph node, and its spleen is enlarged. This dog just started life with cancer. This is how bad the insanity has gone. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. So excuse me if I've gotten unreasonable in my career. Thank you. There is a survival rate from a mushroom, according to the University of Pennsylvania Vet School, that's 5 times greater than chemotherapy. So we're slowly starting to wake up, but we have to really hasten the wheels. All right, what is cancer? That's what this is about. Does it exist as an entity? I've treated maybe 35 to 45,000 cases in my career. I've been a veterinarian 47 years, and I've been a workaholic. and I know, live, breathe cancer. I know it backwards and forwards. So I'm going to give you some generalities on how I perceive it. Is it a thing out there, like a virus, like the cancer bug, that all of a sudden, when you're not looking, or your dog's not looking, your cat's not looking, jumps out of the garage and attacks? What's the relationship to the immune system? You've heard so many talks about that right now. And then the embryonic analogy of similarity. So we'll start there. There's life. Life starts right there. Two cells come together to make one. And then one splits into two. And then two splits into four. And on and on and on. So you have the stages of life. Blastula, morula, gastrula, and stuff like that. So at one time in your life, you were millions or maybe billions of cells, and they were all the same. Then we have a miracle that occurs, where the stem cells that are all the same, how does some cells know to become muscle or intestine or brain? That's a miracle of life. Man can't create something that could heal a cut, but nature did many, many, many years ago. Do you know what cancer is, in my opinion? A lack of proper differentiation. So cells that should be programmed to form normal new brain cells when the old ones die turn into a tumor or a bone tumor. So that's all it is. So now we have to look at what is causing this non-recognition of natural law. Why is this happening? Why have I witnessed cancer quadruple or quintuple in my career? Bad luck? No, there's got to be reasons. What suppresses their immune system? 3 significant influences. There's probably many. The V word, I'm sorry, vaccinations, diet, and unfortunately, genetics. That 3-month-old dog didn't have cancer because it was over-vaccinated. It was born. It formed in the uterus. And I'm going to add in a fourth. I added it on the airplane out here. And it's just a hunch. Glyphosate. And this man's going to be talking about it tomorrow. You must hear it. And we'll just throw those in for the hell of it. Because I think just like cigarette smoke is a direct cause of cancer, they used to put nicotine on mice skin and it formed a tumor. This stuff is not good. Vaccinations, the silent killer. Here it goes. Fasten your seatbelt. Duration of vaccination immunity done in a school study at University of Wisconsin. Minimum duration of immunity. Oops, go back. Go back. Minimum duration of immunity, canine distemper, 7 to 15 years. When was your last polio shot? Yeah. Why are we vaccinating dogs and cats every 3 years or every year? Same thing with the adenovirus, parvo, and this and that. Time since last vaccine, immune system response. 13 months after a vaccine, that's the level of immunity. 6 years later, it's higher. Medically proven, scientifically. The head of the research program that's been doing this since 1974, minimum program to prevent disease in the dog, vaccinated at 12 weeks of age or older with a distemper and parvo vaccine, never vaccinated again for the life of the dog. You know how many vaccines most dogs are getting by the age of 1? 18, 24, 36, and cats. Same thing with cats. Vaccinated at 12 weeks of age or older with a distemper vaccine, 1. Never vaccinated again for the life of the cat. It's in the medical literature. It's not being listened to. Practitioners need to understand that when they're vaccinating puppies and there is no interference from the colostrum that they get, which disappears in 8 to 12 weeks, they are really immunizing the animals from a disease and they're protected for life, just like us with the polio vaccine and the others. This is what makes it so much more insane for our animal kingdom than the human kingdom. Assessment of the risk of conventional animal vaccines, 10 to 28 days later, a delayed type immunological response. Recently changed to 7 to 45 days. This is where it becomes the silent killer. You give a vaccine to your dog or your cat, everything is fine, and then all of a sudden, the tumor grows a month later. Can't be the vaccine. That was a month ago. The seizures start. The allergies kick in. And it could go up to 65 days now. Effects of vaccines on the canine immune system proven in the veterinary literature. Polyvalent vaccines, which are the multiple dose ones, 5 in 1, used in the study suppress the absolute lymphocyte count. What is the lymphocyte count? It's the immune system. Purdue, great vet school. The vaccinated, but not the non-vaccinated dogs in the Purdue study developed autoantibodies to their own biochemicals, including DNA. Talk about oncogenes being mutated from the vaccine. Let's increase the height of insanity. Manufacturers of polyvalent vaccines recommending use the same dose for animals of all ages and different sizes. Does that make sense? Do you drug a Chihuahua and a Great Dane with the same dose of a medication? No. Why are you giving them the same dose of a vaccine? And the vaccine, by USDA studies, has been shown to be up to 10 times the potency needed to challenge the immune system of the Great Dane. So what is the cat getting with the rabies vaccine? 100 times what it needs? I found out the explanation for that. Shelf life. Vaccines lose their potency in the refrigerator of the vet hospital, so they make them 10 times the potency so they'll last long in the refrigerator.